Would you please stand and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Would you please remain standing for a moment of silence? Would you please be seated?
Good morning, Scorpions. It's Tuesday, August 30th, and you are watching SheaTV.
We have a lot of news to cover today, so students, please listen up.
Yearbook and Student Council. Tomorrow is the last day to turn in your applications to Miss Favela in room 812. For yearbook and or student council, it's not too late. Pick up an application for either club.
Media Center 5th period lunch. We need to cover some important information for the Media Center.
The library opens at noon, which is 15 minutes after your lunch starts. Please use this time to eat your lunch, unwind, and visit with your friends.
Be courteous and polite, and most of you are. Thank you. However, for those of you that are not, refraining from banging on the doors, or you will be issued a lunch detention.
These expectations are as soon as you enter to immediately scan your ID at the library desk. Then you can go to a computer. Please keep in mind that there are only 7 computers used for game use during lunchtime.
The other 3 are for students that need access for their homework. The library lab computers located on the east side of the building are for teachers and their classes only.
If you see a closed or full sign on the door, please do not come in unless you are returning, renewing, or checking out a library book.
Attention students, join us for Infinite Campus Help. Help is available every Wednesday during I&E.
The JNS team can also help you with checking out ebooks online, Accelerated Reader, and Study Island.
That's Miss Weber's room tomorrow for all students that need passwords or help logging in.
Media Center. Remember students, the Media Center is open before school, during lunch, and after school. Please remember to wear your student ID at all times and when using the Media Center.
Come check out a great book or some of our fun games. See you there.
All students participating in softball or basketball after school today, please go directly to the locker room after school in order to dress out for your sport.
Coaches will direct you to where you need to go. Please make sure you know how you are supposed to get home after school. If you are riding the bus, you must know what bus and what stop you need to get off at. If your parents are picking you up, please let them know that they need to be here promptly at 4:10.
And now for our favorite topic, lunch. There is none today because it's a half day.
Booyah! And now stay tuned for some special announcements featuring avid students and Assistant Principal Deke.
That wraps it up for today, Shay. Have a great early dismissal today.
Signing off, I'm Deborah.
And I'm Bryn.
See you right back here on Friday.
And now for this day in history.
On this day in history, 1886, Apache Chief Geronimo surrendered to his U.S. government troops for 30 years. The mighty Native American warrior had battled to protect his tribe, homeland. However, by 1886, the Apaches were exhausted and hopelessly outnumbered.
General Nelson Miles accepted Geronimo's surrender, making him the last Indian warrior to give in formally to the U.S. forces and signaling the end of the Indian Wars in the Southwest.
In 1874, the U.S. government moved Geronimo and his people from their land to the reservation in the east central Arizona. Conditions on the reservation were restrictive and harsh, and Geronimo had some of his followers escaped.
Geronimo became a successful farmer and converted to Christianity. He participated in President Theodore Roosevelt's inaugural parade in 1905.
The Apache chief dictated his autobiography published in 1906 as Geronimo's story of his life.
Geronimo died at Fort Sill in 1909, 107 years ago.
And now you are caught up on this day in history from 130 years ago.
Good morning, Shay. Happy Tuesday. I've got a couple of announcements for you. First announcement is those ID badges. Thank you for wearing them and continuing to wear them all day long. I really appreciate that. Remember, it's from a safety standpoint that we really need everybody wearing their badges. But that also brings up a couple of other things. So let's talk about taking other people's ID badges. It's been happening a lot. If you are caught taking somebody else's ID badge that is in your possession when I come and ask you about it, you're first going to get a verbal warning, making sure that you understand that you cannot take anybody else's ID badges. And then the second time, if you are caught with somebody else's badge, then that will have to be a lunch detention and a referral. That also makes sure you're not sharing your badge. That includes giving it to somebody else to use for the lunch line. Again, if you're caught, verbal warning first time, second warning is lunch detention. As far as lunch goes, everybody's doing a great job, but let's remember a couple of things when we're out there. Number one, we're going to close down that breezeway. So the breezeway is the area right when you come out of the cafeteria where the bathrooms are, so you need to be on the other side of the gate. This way we can just closely watch everybody. As far as running goes during lunch, I know you're kind of bored, I get it, but you can't be chasing each other around. We're not playing tag while we're out there. The water bottles, that is becoming a huge issue with people kicking water bottles, throwing water bottles, and things like that. If you're caught doing it, there's going to be a consequence. So just hold on to the water bottles. It's not a game. The red lines during lunchtime, there are red lines that are out there for a reason, so you can't go behind or near the classroom, so make sure that you're paying attention to where those red lines are on the ground. We are going to get those repainted because I know they're hard to see. You're doing great, guys. Keep it up. Have a great day.
ABIT is advanced via individual determination.
Though binder check is an avid practice,
it is a practice that everyone should maintain
to achieve higher grades to be successful in life.
The importance of your binder is so that you're prepared for all of your classes. If your papers are neat and organized, it shows your teacher that you're a committed student.
This is an example of what a binder should look like. So there are dividers for all of the different subjects, and all the papers are either in the folder or clipped into the binder. And then at the end of each class period, take time to put all your papers into the correct folder. Don't just jam them into your backpack because then they get ripped and crumpled, and that doesn't look good. And then no loose papers again. Put all your folders into the folder or clip them into your binder so they're not everywhere.
Another thing is your planner. To always have your planner to be organized and have everything written down for all your classes, all your homework marked, have every section a different color, keep check marks in so you know what you have to do or what you've already done. Make sure to get INE passes for any help you need, and keep it organized so you know everything you did that day.
Thank you.
Thank you for our AVID announcement.